Hey peeps, this is just going to be a super quick video talking about the new Sailor Moon Eternal images, where we finally get to see the outer soldiers in their super forms in high quality and not some small JPG or something. I'm really happy to see Saturn in her super form, and a lot of people are curious on Twitter about why her heart bow and her tiara are so light colored, but I don't really mind, I don't really give a fuck because I think it looks really pretty and it's better than just having it all purple. It's some nice contrast. The only thing about Saturn's design, which I'm not too big a fan of, is how young she looks, because in the manga when she was reborn, she looks a lot older, but honestly it's whatever. As for Sailor Pluto, I think she looks super cool, and the garnet / burgundy really stands out. She looks a lot better than she did in season 3. She was one of the few characters who actually looked better in the first Sailor Moon Crystal seasons than she did in season 3, but this is just the best version out of all of them. Uranus and Neptune look pretty nice too. Neptune's hair seems to be shorter than it was in season 3, but I don't mind, I prefer it short anyways. I still wish Neptune's hair was a little bit more blue or teal like it was in the 90s. I said this in my Sailor Moon Opinions video, but in Sailor Moon Crystal, her and Pluto, their hair is way too green, astronomically green. So even though I love green, like you all know I'm obsessed with green, but this is just too much. And the rest were revealed forever ago, so we're not going to talk about those. And we also got images of the Sailor Senshi in civilian form looking super stylish and wearing glasses. I don't think these images are going to be their civilian forms in the movie because they're wearing glasses, so I think it's promoting some kind of brand or something in Japan. But I must say, I really love Pluto's outfit. It's so garnet, it's so dark red, which I really love. And of course, Haruka and Michiru are giving us very grown-up lesbian couple vibes, so that's nice. But overall, yes, I'm still pretty excited for the movie. It's definitely got me back into a Sailor Moon mood, and I'm just excited to see how Sailor Pluto and Sailor Saturn's transformations are going to look. I doubt they will be in part 1, most likely in part 2. They're going to make like some kind of appearance at the end, like a part 1, where it's to be like, oh, like to be continued, like what's going on, Outer Senshi. But I'm so curious to see like what will Saturn's transformation be based on, or will it be original? Because you know Sailor Moon Crystal, they just be tracing everything. So are they going to trace Saturn's from the various Emotions Super S fighting game, or are we going to get something OG? Like we'll see. Pluto's for sure, it's going to be Trace, but I'm still excited for it because in the 90s, they were so keen on making her purple and lilac, and it's like, bitch, her theme color is literally black and burgundy, so why are you making her so purple? Even the dolls were purple, so I can't wait to see what her transformation will look like, full of reds and burgundies and garnets and blacks. It's going to look so gorgeous, so yeah, I can't wait for that. Well, about the gorgeous part, I don't know, because, you know, it's stiff animation and all that, but other additional things I want to see in this movie are for them to keep the Inner Senshi killing the Amazon trio. Yes, I know, I love them too in the 90s, they were very quirky and fun villains, well, minus the weird predatory targeting thing, but yeah, just give the Inner Senshi their kills, because we were already robbed from that in the Sailor Moon Crystal Season 1 when they didn't kill the 4 generals, so at least give the Inner Senshi a kill this time. Yes, just keep that, don't like make them healed or whatever, or make the attack miss and have Sailor Moon kill them, like enough of that bullshit, just allow Mars to get her kill, allow Jupiter and Venus to get their kills. Mercury doesn't actually kill Fisheye. Spoiler, but whatever. I'm also really curious to see what Xenotime and Zeolite are going to look like in this movie. They were, if you guys don't know, they weren't in the 90s, but they were villains that Sailor Venus had to face. Super irrelevant. I don't even stand them. I'm just curious to know what they're going to look like in animation, so that's going to be exciting. Like I said in my last video about Sailor Moon Eternal, I would love to see this movie in theaters. I don't think it's going to happen in America like super right away, because usually the dubbing happens afterwards. They don't do it simultaneously with the Japanese release, so I'll probably have to watch it on my computer. But yeah, those are pretty much my hopes for the movie. I just want to see Saturn and Pluto have some epic transformations, give the Inner Senshi their kills, and yeah, that's it. But now I want to talk about the negative stuff about Sailor Moon Crystal, and also why it shouldn't bother you too much and why you should go in with low expectations. So I'm sure all of you have seen the Moon Crisis Make-up transformation that recently came out for the movie, and like I agree with everyone else, it is super lame. It's just not it. It's just not the move. The animation is super stiff. The music, of course, is just that generic Crystal orchestrated music. Sorry for those that like it, but Sailor Moon Crystal orchestrated soundtrack is very unimpressive to me. I prefer the 90s all the way. Like I just missed that whole like do 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 do. We're not getting that this time. We're getting, well, that's the thing. I don't even remember what the song sounds like in the new one. But with all that being said, like yes, I know Sailor Moon Crystal and Eternal, they do disappointing things and it's not super impressive, but for me, it's like I've already accepted that it will not be as good as the 90s. So instead of like getting my hopes up, I'm just kind of going into it as seeing, you know, like a different viewing experience of the Sailor Moon story. And maybe one day we will get a 3rd Sailor Moon anime. So just go into it with low expectations, basically. Thanks for watching. Follow me on Instagram and see you later.